Hey guys, welcome back to the Cubologist. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the Pyraminx. So let's just get straight into it and scramble it. Alright, now that we have it scrambled, before we start, I will need to teach you the names of all the different pieces. So these are called the tips, and they are, well, the tips. Then we have the centers, which are just underneath the tips. So here's a tip, right beneath it is the centerpiece. There are 3 centers on each face. And finally we have the edge pieces, which go in between 2 centers. These are the edge pieces. These right here. So the first step is to align all the tips so that their colors match the centers underneath them. So we see on this tip we have green, and the center underneath it is red, so it's not matching. We need to turn the tip until the green matches with the green centerpiece. And that one's done. You do this to all the tips. So this one you take yellow, match it with the yellow center. Then here you take the other yellow, match it with the yellow center. And that's the first step done. So once you're done with the first step, now we're focusing on the centerpieces. So we're going to find the 3 yellow centerpieces, which are here, here, and here. And you want to see where they all converge. So firstly, find the tip that has no yellow. So this is the only tip which doesn't have any yellow on it. That means that the yellow side is going to be on the opposite. So there's no yellow on this tip, which means yellow is going to be here. So you want to move all the yellow centers into this spot. And now we have their first 3 centers, which kind of looks like the radiation symbol. So it's easier to remember. Once you got that, the top can be however you want. You don't need to match the other centers too. But then you want to finish off the yellow layer. So in this case, you need to find all the yellow edges. So this has yellow and green. It has yellow, so it's fine. The other color is green, which means it has to go between the yellow and green centerpieces, right here. So we hold the yellow part facing us. So not like this. You see now yellow is hidden. Make sure it's facing you. If yellow's on the right, facing you, you do the right algorithm, which is right side down, right side up, left side up. And that solves this first edge. If instead the yellow faces you on the left, then you do the left algorithm, which is the same thing, but down, down, up, up, starting with the left side. Down, down, up, up. And basically, and then you just do it for the last one. Yellow's on the right facing us, so down, down, up, up. And that is the first layer complete. So make sure you practice this step for a while until you can do the yellow layer easily. And then for the last layer, this side right here, we're going to learn a couple algorithms. But don't worry, they're not too hard. So there are 5 cases which you can get, or about 5. The first case could be you might have 2 edges flipped. So after you finish the first layer, first thing, align the center. So yellow with the other red, red with the other reds, green with the other greens, and blue with the other blues. And if you have once one of the edges done, you only have the other 2 flipped. So you see this is in the right spot. Red and green is between the red and green centers, but it just needs to be flipped. Same for this one right here. You hold up on the front, you do the righty algorithm, then you rotate the whole cube counterclockwise like this, and do the lefty algorithm. And that will solve the cube. The next 2 cases are these, when you have the 3 edges solved, but the whole center basically just needs to twist. So you see we have this whole tip right here which needs to be rotated along with the center. And you might even get it from this side, which is a bit harder to recognize, but all you can see is that all the edges make headlights on every side. So blue and blue, red and red, green and green, they're all the same. So if that's the case, just hold the part on the front, on the top. You can hold it however you like this, it's basically the same. And you do this algorithm. Up, So left side up, top with your right hand, left side down, top with your right hand again, and you just continue this process up, clockwise, down, clockwise until it's solved. You might have to do this a few times, so basically just repeat up, top side clockwise, left side down, top side clockwise, and just continue this until it gets solved. Now for the hardest and most common case, which you can get when you get onto the last layer. Firstly, just remember, align the center, so you see red is not matching with the blue, so just make sure all the centers are solved. And you're going to see this, none of the edges are solved, and they're all like pretty random. But there's one thing that you're able to see. This edge is half solved, the blue is on the right side, but the red is on the wrong side. Same for this one. The blue is on the wrong side, and the green is on the right side, so this is also half solved. This is the only edge which is completely wrong. Red is on the wrong side, and also green is on the wrong side. So you want to hold this in the back. And once you have this in the back, the wrongest edge in the back, then you will see where like the anomaly is. Here we have like a kind of eye on the right side. If we have it on the right side, you see this side is green, even though it's half solved. Here it's facing us, and it's on the right. So we're going to do the righty algorithm, if it's on the right. And then, top side counterclockwise, left side counterclockwise, top side clockwise, left side clockwise. So, counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise. And that'll solve it. For the last case, you put the wrongest edge in the back, same as before, but this time the eye is on the left. So we start with the lefty algorithm. And then we do top clockwise, right clockwise, top counterclockwise, and left and right side counterclockwise. Those are most of the cases which you'll get. So one last thing before we go. So we're back to the first step after completing the tips. And once you get all the centers close to each other like this, you find, so you can solve the red one. And you can't find any other yellow pieces on the top. It turns out that they're both in the bottom, but they're wrong. You see, yellow, it looks like a face is done, but this is on the wrong spot. You see, it's not matching. So in this case, all you need to do is just the righty algorithm. And then that takes out one of them, and you can just solve it normally. So bring it here, which takes out the green, and you can solve that too. So these are all the cases. Before you go, I'm going to do an example solve so you really get the hang of it. Okay, so I have it all scrambled up. If you remember the first step, you need to align all the tips so that they're matching with the centers. So I'll do this, and this. So now the first step is complete. This tip has yellow, this tip has yellow, this tip has yellow. This is the only tip with no yellow, which means yellow is on this side. I can just bring up all the yellow pieces there. Now for the edges, I see this yellow edge right here. It's yellow-green, which means it needs to go between the yellow and green centers. Make it face me, it's on the left, so we do the lefty algorithm. And now we have the red one right here, between the yellow and red centers. Make it face us, it's on the right, so we do the righty algorithm. And then finally the last one. It's on the front, but the yellow is not facing us, so just twist the top. Now it's facing us. And it's on the left, so we do the lefty algorithm. Now we're on the last layer. What do I have? First, let's fix the center. So now all the centers are matching. This edge is half solved, so is this one. This is the wrongest edge, so I'll put it in the back. The eye is on the right, so I do the righty algorithm. Counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, clockwise. I hope this helped, and yeah, subscribe for more tutorials.